I can put it in the chat. Something is
Okay. I'll actually start speaking when someone joins.
Oof. Oops.
Wait, is that my video?
Yeah. I clicked on that live. So.
Anyway, welcome everyone to PSGL. Today it is myself, Leon, and the 7-time champ Big C.
Yeah, hello everyone.
Round number 4. Spain, it is going to be me streaming for the remainder of, well, hopefully for the remainder of the season. Last week, everyone would have known I had a few teeth removed, so quite a sore day. But Connor and Jamie did quite well, or very well.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Oh yeah, Jamie was very good and the race was alright, good win for MK, but yeah, on to a better track I think.
Yeah, Russia's quite a long track in a way. Well, longer than Spain, so any shorter tracks should be better battles. Let me just... Are you showing it out on PS Chats or?
Yeah, the PSN chats.
I'll put it on Twitter.
Alrighty, and good evening to Racy McRaceface and CC Brain, the legendary my esports teammate CC Brain. So let's put in the F1 chat
and put it in this chat. There we go. So yeah, as I said, round number 4. The lobby should be getting started relatively soon. There's a few people. Oh, one particular person who was actually in the lobby. Jay was. What would you call it?
I don't know, he was just very, keen to get in for FP, and it looks like he's going to be making his debut in the league after a bit of, a few arguments, I guess, with Liverpool Blocks and Bugatti. Bugatti not too impressed, but hopefully they can put on a show for us, a bit of entertainment, a bit of rivalry, which is what we want to see.
Yeah, I did get sent by AMS the car, how good they are for each track, except for the top 3, because obviously we already know them in order. So obviously the Williams is the worst car by quite a significant margin. So Lickle and Abiodun have got quite a hard challenge. Then it is, or 9th, is Sauber, also quite far back. So Bugatti, personally I don't think he should be in a Sauber, and AMS going to be in trouble. And then it is Toro Rosso in 8th, Julian Manu and Jay for today. And then in the McLaren is Ash, I believe, and Tom AJ. Tom AJ did put in the chat earlier that he thinks he's too slow for the McLaren. We'll find out. 6th quickest is the Force India. They are flying from Freddie Wilson. 5th is Haas, who is Aaron and the Bomb, also known as Racer. And 4th is Renault with Hulkenberger on his own.
So yeah, very interesting car allocation. There's always obviously a bit of disgruntlement, I guess, with some of the cars. Maybe Joel should win a slightly better car, perhaps, where he is leading the championship. So it's a very tough job for the league admins, but I think we can judge the cars after qualifying and after the race to see how good of a job the admins have actually done.
Yeah, Connor, since you've got them up, and I've actually flicked off them, if you want to go through the team and driver standings.
Yeah, so a quick run through the top 10 of the driver standings. It is Jolio Manu with the Gunda Chunga Under team on 26 points with a 2nd place, 4th place and a 5th place in the opening 3 races. Aridon a point behind in 2nd, Liverpool Box 3rd on 22. Iran on 18, Ed Throne on 17. AMK, Tom and Racer all on 16 with AMS on 13. Ash Best Man's up the top 10 on 7 points. So yeah, very tight, and that's what's great about FP. The top 8 or 9 are just separated by just 10 points, which is only a 3rd place. So a very juicy and very difficult to predict. And just the teams very briefly. Gunduction got on that lead the way, so that is Iran and Joel on 44 points ahead of Team ANA. AMS and Abby in 2nd with Team Pi, so Ash Best and whoever he's with in 3rd. So yeah.
Who is it?
That's that.
Oh, AMK.
Amk.
Hey, Amk.
and unfortunately AMK is absent tonight, but it is dry conditions in qualifying with super softs and medium tyres. The allocated tyre with soft to medium, the optimal strategy in the race.
Unless, of course, there's rain, but it is Spain, so not likely.
And obviously, you know, Leon, I've got to talk about him, the man, Jack Tyler, unfortunately absent tonight due to some bad behaviour. You know, you are good friends with him, so do you have any comments about Jack Tyler's behaviour and his absence tonight?
To be honest, I'm not surprised. He did miss F5, of course, because I think he got banned on the Saturday for what happened last week. I think he got a bit angry, to say the least, in the FP chat, and a few people decided to report it, and he got given a ban, and he missed FP race, as I said. Has now cost himself the championship lead, so it's basically upon himself why he's lost it.
Yeah, I agree. You get what you deserve. Just shut up in future. But anyway, focusing on the qualifying, I can see quite a few medium tyres out there, the likes of Tom AJ in the McLaren on the white medium tyres.
Yeah, there's only one person on the softs, and that is the racer, also known as the Bomb. Everyone else has had on the mediums and the supers.
So yeah, mediums to begin with, then I'll probably go on the softs towards the end of the session. Looking to start my softs and go into the medium tyres.
Yeah, I'm actually quite surprised.
A bit of a train. Sorry, trains. So, Aaron, Tom, and Jolie Arnu Manu. So very interesting.
Hopefully Aaron and Joel don't do what they did in Brazil, which was battle each other for the whole of the 18 minutes. Oh.
Hopefully not. Joel.
Will Joel get away with it? I think so.
Yep.
Championship leader got very lucky hitting the back of Tom AJ. I don't think he got wing damage either. If you want to go ball with Aaron, since he's starting his lap, Connor.
Yeah, just need to find the one of the most experienced car in a Haas. You know, Haas, the 5th fastest car around this circuit. So I think Aaron will certainly be looking to get a few more points on the board as he looks to win the FP title to become a 5-time PSGL champion. That's what Aaron will become if he wins the FP title this season. But you know, it's quite a slow lap so far for maybe the medium tyres, not quite up to temperature, struggling to take the flat out turn 3 flat in the Haas.
Yeah, mediums take, I don't know, 2 to 3 laps to warm up. So yeah, Aaron, I don't think he's the first to set a lap, but we'll go on board with him since he's the most experienced. He's got the most championships here, I believe.
Yeah, he's the most successful. A bit of a moment there. You know, he's the most successful driver, but you know, all the best drivers.
Hold on a minute.
Look at Mr. Grumpy.
Ash Best. Oh, he said he has his DRS stick open, but not on my end.
No. But he wasn't really using it on the start of a Hughes lap. You know, Ash Best obviously still has nightmares of what happened to him in season 20, where Blizzard ran him off the circuit, and Ash Best got spun out, ruining his chances of a second title in F1.
Yeah, we all know what happened there, and now look at Blizzard.
Exactly.
Complete turnaround if you think about it.
Ash Best, yesterday's man, Blizzard now the main man, as Tom AJ goes fastest with a 20.1 on the mean tyres, but obviously times will be 3 seconds faster when we get to the business end of the session.
Yep, and now Racer is going to the 19s. Still not the greatest lap on the softs, but for a first lap, it's just probably getting used to the track again, and then he'll go for another one, I think.
Yeah, next up is Bugatti round the final corner in the saddle. The reserve driver returning, and it's another late lap there for Bugatti, so a bit of a shame for him, but it doesn't really matter at this stage. It's Mr. Grumpy's off the circuit with gravel on his tyres in the middle section. Mr. Grumpy is back in his trusty Red Bull. Yeah, we've seen Mr. Grumpy in this Red Bull a lot. I think he's just trying to get out of the way, but a very strange way of doing it, I have to say. Yeah,
two of the most experienced drivers on the grid, both on the gravel. Aaron and Grumpy, and then Sutty now goes provisional pole by 4 thousandths over a Racer.
Stop doing that. But as JP Greenwood,
whoa,
JP, a second clear of the rest on the super softs, but a good lap there from JP to be fair, putting a marker down.
Yeah, the only super soft runner to set a lap, but as long as he stays on pole, I don't think he'll mind.
Yeah, and I've just had a report from Aaron that he says his DRS was stuck open as well. So Ashbest and Aaron both struggling with DRS issues. Watch how believable it is, but yeah.
Yeah, I did it last season in France, and wasn't the greatest thing.
Nope. So anyone else towards the end of that Hulkenberg is in the last sector, so equally also just Abiodun has spun it as well. So
Bugatti
struggling.
Goes fourth on a set of mediums. He's now second out of the medium runners.
Yeah, decent out there from Bugatti. Obviously, Jay Gitex was questioning Bugatti's credentials in terms of his performance of being a like-for-like replacement with Ugi Azine. So we'll be seeing the investigation of those two come to blows later on.
Yeah, is there anyone else currently close to finishing a lap? Juho has backed off or gone off.
6 tenths up in the Williams through the final sector.
6 tenths up, he could actually go quickest here out of the medium runners. We'll see. He's around the final corner. Had a bit of a shaky exit, but what will it be? A 19.8. Wow.
Yep, very impressive there from looking what's showing why he is probably the fastest driver in the team in terms of raw speed, but in terms of the full package, he still doesn't quite have it, I have to say.
Yeah, well, Jay has actually gone and improved, gone ahead of Lickle with a 19.6.
Yep. Very impressive from Jay, currently third in F2 behind Cherry 2 Ply and QPRB. So yeah, Jay certainly one of the hotter prospects in F2, looking to make a move up for next season. And you know, ahead of Little Blocks on the same tire, it's very impressive. Obviously, he has got a faster car, of course.
Yeah, the Williams, I think, is 3 tenths slower than any other car, so it'd be quite an astounding job if probably Lickle gets in the top 5. I think points is possible for him, but a top 5 maybe is challenge for this race.
I think Hulkenberger is next up in the Renault, fighting the car JP style. I think it's quite slow out there for Hulk. Yeah, 2 seconds down, so I'll see who's preparing for another lap.
Ashbest, he's coming round the final chicane now, goes over the curve quite aggressively, but looks like he took it quite nicely. What will his lap be? Will he be quickest on the mediums? No, he goes third, the 19.7.
Decent there, but look who's on pole so far. It's still JP Greenwood. JP Greenwood on an 89, 7 tenths clear. Could this be the moment JP Greenwood is on pole position? What a moment it would be.
Well, he's had pole, provisional pole for about 4 minutes. I think he'll cherish every minute of it for now. But everyone is pretty much on the medium, so.
Yeah, it's just getting the laps in, getting a bit of grip, feeling the track at the minute. It's going to be all about that soft lap towards the end of the session. That will be the crucial point.
Juho Finn is on a lap on the supers, so we'll keep an eye on him. But he's in the middle sector now. Hulkenberger, nope. Ashbest won't be on either. Is anyone close to finishing one? No.
It's a bit of a lull at the minute, to be honest. No one really on a lap. Ashbest is towards the end, but I don't think he's really on a lap. So
Juho, I think, is closest. He's in the final sector now. He's 2 tenths up on whatever lap time it was. Must have been invalidated, but I haven't seen. As he comes up through the uphill right-hander of turn, I believe it's 12. Coming up for the chicane now.
He's got half a second out on JP Greenwood, so I don't think this lap's going to be too good for him to go, and he has backed out.
Yeah,
so
he's backed out.
A sensible position there from the Finn.
Fro, also on the supers, he may spoil JP's moment of greatness. As he's coming through the final chicane, the only other person on the super softs out on track. He comes round the oh, he's pit. Never mind. Warren Hake went a little bit glitchy. He's rejoined.
Yeah, Aaron goes 13th in for the Gunderklunga Unnut ahead of Joel Manu. So both drivers struggling. I think Aaron certainly has got a car to put it right up there, but Joel in a Toro, so is going to find it very difficult. Obviously, Joel not quite got the pace of AMS, RB, etc. Consistently outperforming his cars. As I think there was a little change there, but I didn't really see what the improvement was.
Yeah, I tried to look back on the stream. I don't think I've caught it either.
As everyone's wide into the gravel yet again, so struggling for grip. Maybe the DRS still not quite working.
Anyone else close to finish the lap? I'll be honest, just driving around on the mediums now, so he'll definitely be waiting for the softs. AMS, we're on the final corner. What can he do on the set of mediums? Currently on a 21.4. He can certainly improve. He wants to be around Bugatti's time, and he goes fourth.
This is yellow flags yet again. It's Lickle Blocks. Lickle Blocks is
He was
spun
on a
this
lap.
time. That turn 3.
I was on board with him earlier. He just started his lap, and I thought he was gonna maybe go pole, but I guess not.
You know what I mean? It's very strange what's going on. I've never seen so many mistakes in my life.
Hopefully, this isn't a sign of what's going to happen in the race. Because that's more, probably around about a dozen people now have just made random mistakes going off into the gravel or the grass. So might be an interesting race to say the least if these mistakes carry on. Oh, Mr. Grumpy, I didn't even notice. He's gone second, sorry, with a 19.3 on the softs.
A decent up there, but look who's on pole still. JP Greenwood.
I know, he's had it for
Ferrari.
8 minutes now. Half the session, or pretty much half the session.
Yes, the man of the moment, Jack Tyler, is in the chat, but he's currently ill again. I mean, that man is ill constantly for some reason. Yeah, Jack Tyler in the chat.
Spaniard, all you need to know is that he got his PSM banned. Anyone else close to finishing a lap? Aaron around the final corner.
I think Jay is more relevant. He is on a set of softs and improving in the Toro Rosso, so Aaron's lap time will be pretty irrelevant. So Jay Architects, or Jay Architects, as some may call him, tackles the last couple of corners there in Toro Rosso, one of the slower cars on there. No straight line speed, nothing. But can JTX take pole position?
No, he can't. Half a tenth behind. Still a very impressive lap though.
Yep. Jay Shitex just half a tenth off pole and a couple of cents of Mr. Grumpy in the Red Bull. So decent up there from Jay to put it P2. But there's still a lot of soft tyres to come.
Sean, just to confirm, David is not in this league.
Well, we thought that about AOR.
Yeah, true. You might have to ask all the drivers.
Exactly. So into the final 5 minutes of the session. A lot of soft runners yet to come.
Mr. Alamonda says that he's driving for JP today. I know it is kind of a joke, but racers on the lap. No, everyone else is now in the pits getting ready for the final runs. Aaron probably been the most disappointing so far in this session, to say the least.
Yeah, but that man can put it up where it matters. All that experience, over 200 PSGL Grand Prix. That man knows how to get the job done, especially in races. Qualifying's never been his thing, but the races, I've never seen a man as good as him. But you know, there's a lot of drivers out there. Tom AJ, Dano, Bugatti. There's lots and lots of drivers yet to go on the soft tyres. So I think there's going to be lots of changes, and we won't know who to keep on board with when those laps begin in the next minute.
Racer is coming around the final few corners. He's messed up the chicane. That must be invalid. He's going around the final corner. What can he do? I believe it's invalid anyway. It was a 19.5. No, it wasn't invalid. But he just go fourth on the supers. But he did make a really big mistake, so easily improvable.
I think it's going to be. I think JP needs to get out of that on another set of super softs, try and improve, get that advantage. He said he didn't want to start on them, but you've got to start on them. Get on with it, mate.
Yeah, to be honest, it would be incredible if JP got pole. Oh!
What has happened
What's
there?
happened?
Hulkenberg and flying throne. So
Hulk's
all
Oh! Big crash between Racer and Hulkenberg. What has happened there?
I don't know if there was some decent goal.
Oh!
Mr. Grumpy! Mr. Grumpy! The most experienced driver. Is that what happened?
I don't know. Oh my god. I was on board with I don't know, and then looking at that corner, and then I just see a piece of car just fly straight through. It was Mr. Grumpy. I didn't see it.
Yeah, well, I think we've got to just move on from that because AMS looks to be the furthest down the line on a set of soft tyres. An average middle sector from AMS, but a very strong first sector. So AMS, Kerr, as they call him, in the Sauber Ferrari, will be looking to put it right up there. Putting P2, P3 is what he's going to be looking for, Leon. AMS.
Yeah, I actually think AMS has got what it takes to beat JP's lap time, but we will see as he comes on the final corner. JP is out on tracks, he's going to try and improve. What will it be? It will be provisional pole with an 18.8, 300ths ahead of JP, so JP will have to now improve again to try and get pole. Yeah,
but that could give us the excitement one, but yeah, an amazing. That was Warren Haig! Haig with an 18.6 in the Red Bull. So yeah, a very good up there for Warren Haig, using all that experience, or what he's learned. Warren Haig, you know, he's just an FP specialist.
Now I'll keep an eye on JP as he is in the middle sector. Anyone else close to finishing a lap? Not really. I think Frome was. Frome is in the final sector. Currently the person not to set a lap time. I think he will set one as he comes around the chicane and through the final corner now. Used to be, you know, his teammate isn't currently 17th, but what will it be? It'll be a 19.1, puts him in 6th.
Yeah, unfortunately JP doesn't look like he's got pole in him, I'm afraid. The tyres just aren't quite there. He's not really got them heated up yet, a little bit of traffic. Yeah, I don't think JP can put it on pole unless he nails this last sector. JP Greenwood for his first ever pole position as Ash Best.
Oh, JP doesn't improve.
So who's next up out there? Sutty's about to start his lap, so forget about him. During 5 times up. Aaron also will be one to. It's going to be Freddie Wilson in the Force India. Goes P12 for Freddie. So yeah, Freddie, but I think it's going to be Aaron next up, I believe, will be the furthest down the line.
Yeah, Aaron is. I think he'll get another lap in if he wants to. As he comes around the final corner, what will it be? Will it be anywhere in the top 10? 10th. I wouldn't say that's impressive for Aaron.
No, it's not impressive, but he is quite poor in qualifying. JTX makes the line and only goes 5th, so JTX looks done and dusted.
Lickle across the line, 7th as he got a toe off, I believe that was Bugatti.
Yeah, flying from next up through the final chicane in the Force India, currently P8 as he pits, so I think he cut the corner there.
Yeah, anyone close? No, JP's backed off, AMS has backed off, Ash Best has... Oh, Giuliano Manu. I don't know if he's on a lap or not.
He is on the super soft tyres though, which is an interesting choice. This Torosso is shy. I mean, I'm not sure why Joel's in it with AMS in a Sauber. I can't believe that a Torosso is slower. I mean, it's faster than a Sauber. It doesn't really make much sense. But Giuliano Manu in the Torosso backs off the line and goes 12th. So he just wanted 3 tyre choice and nips ahead of his teammate.
Oh, someone just went up a few positions. Who was it? It was Sutty. Sutty's gone 7th.
Yep, so a decent up there from Sutty DCFC, but it's Ashbest, a familiar face on pole position. He's had a tough time on F1 2018, but it is Ashbest back where he belongs, back on pole position.
Yeah, I don't know when the last time he did get pole was. It was probably sometime in F1, but you'll have them stats somewhere. But yeah, it's been a very long time, and hopefully he can carry that on into the race.
Indeed, but no, lots of strong ups there. But AMS in the Sauber, P4 in a great position to win this race, I believe. But I think Ashford obviously is the favourite, but AMS in the Sauber will be one to watch. You know, very strong performance there.
Yeah. Who would you say other than Aaron had quite a disappointing qualifying?
I think obviously Mr. Grumpy involved in that carnage. You know, P11 in a Red Bull. very disappointed. Bugatti, you know, look what AMS do. Bugatti obviously didn't get the lap in. I think Bugatti as well, you know, a little bit disappointing.
And Ash is celebrating pole, which he has the right to, but Ash just makes sure he needs to carry this on in the race. Qualifying is not even 50%, so he's still got a long way to go. As we'll go through the grid in a second as it loads. So, Ashbest is on pole, Warren Haig joins him on the front row of the grid, third is Dano, fourth is AMS, very impressive qualifying from him, fifth is JP, sixth is Jacotex, 7th is Sutty, 8th is Tom AJ, 9th is Lickle, 10th would have been thrown but he's got a 5-place grid penalty, 11th is Mr. Grumpy, 12th Abian, 13th Julio Manu, 14th Aaron, 15th The Bomb or Racer, 16th Freddie Wilson, 17th Bugatti, 18th Juhofin and 19th Hulkenberger.
Yep, so that is done and dusted. So an exciting qualifying session. Ashbest on pole position as David Basil is getting a lot of airtime in the chat, the former PSGL F1 driver, of course, attracting a lot of headlines.
Very recently, it's not the first time he's done it, to say the least, involving AOR. Ash is going to do donuts. Well, I don't really recommend that yet. You still got, oh, is it 33 laps of Spain?
Yeah, 33 laps of Spain, and yeah, if that Sean guy keeps spamming the chat, then probably gonna ban himself. Because being told he spams AOR chats with AOR streams with shite. So
don't know how he's found my stream, but someone's telling him.
PSGL, the pinnacle of assist league racing in the world. So I'm not too surprised.
Yeah. From looking at qualifying, or just in general, who do you think is going to be top 3 for this race as the formation lap begins?
Ashbest, AMS, JTX, or JTX.
I call him Jacotex. I don't go for the ch.
Yeah, I might just call him J. It's just easier.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I think Ashbest is going to win. AMS second with J in third.
I think AMS will win. Warren Haig second, Ash third.
Yeah, well, we'll soon find out. Obviously, towards the back, you've got lots of Ian in a very fast car, Lickle Blocks, Eddie Williams. But I think Mr. Grumpy, if he makes a good start, I think Mr. Grumpy can come through. You know, he's in a Red Bull. He's got the pace, he's got the experience. You know, he's gagging for a good result in FP.
Yeah, definitely get Lickle, I think, off the start. Lickle on the first lap, and Abby also. For the first few laps, even though they're on the softs like everyone else, that Williams can be a real boat in the corners, so they're definitely going to struggle.
It is indeed, and obviously everyone starting either on the soft or medium compound tyres, except from JP Greenwood. So yeah, JP Greenwood, the only one on the super soft tyres, with everyone on softs, except for Freddie Wilson on mediums, as well as Ju Ho Finn on the white wall medium tyres. The softer medium strategy, obviously the superior strategy.
JP could be hunting for a safety car, you never know. Or he's just done it to match the colour of his car.
Or he could be looking probably cause the safety car if anyone, but you know, warm their tyres in the final part, like this Mickey Mouse section, this horrible chicane, you know, you just want to corner cut it. It's just not a satisfying part of the track.
Yeah, I don't really like it. I just wish it was flat out like that right-hander. The old style.
I couldn't agree any more. As Sutty's been disqualified. With Tom AJ.
Can you look towards the middle of the grid, please, for the start?
If that's what you want.
It's go on board with Ash Best. This could be one of the only times we get to look from a McLaren's point of view. Having a look at nothing in front of him going down into turn 1. Let's get ready for the rest of the grid to line up. I need to get the hood off. So here we go, we've got 2, 3, 4 and 5 red lights. And away we go for the Spanish Grand Prix. Look like Ash got a very good initial getaway. Instantly covers the inside off of Warren Haig. There's Sauber in the background trying around the outside of Warren Haig. That is AMS. That's a very good start. Going on into turn 1. Ash very well. AMS already up into second. Seems all clean from the front. How is the middle and the back of the grid doing, Connor?
Yeah, JP's just been tapped wide by JTX as he runs wide. JP Griggles round. JP's round. He's round. Disaster for JP.
Oh, I can't even catch him because he's fallen that far down. There's more collisions going on, I believe. I've lost the spectator menu. Oh, was a Murkoff in the background. That was Sutty.
So it's all kicking off. Dreadful start from here down to P15, but yeah, unlucky for JP Greenwood.
Yeah, one person's actually had an extraordinary start. Is Abby Oden already up into 6th from somewhere outside the top 10? I can't remember. But oh, Juho Finn picks up a stop-go penalty. Oh, what's happened here? Freddie Wilson lost out to Bugatti. A few battles going on in the midfield, but other than the Sutty and JP incident.
Sorry, Juho Finn at the bomb further down. Dreadful. Here in Hulk Collide is slightly in the bomb, just had nowhere to go. But yeah, shocking midfield action on that one here in Spain.
Going to go aboard Warren Haig. He's going to be struggling in a straight line, but can he get AMS going down into turn 1? He's gaining. He's struggling with that Renault engine around the outside. He'll try it, but no, AMS does cover off nicely. I don't know if it's just me, my timing screens are broken.
It seems okay for me. Quite a lot of pits ups. The bomb, Chiro, Sutty and JP all with damage, but yeah, a very chaotic opening lap. Freddie Wilson up to P12 from the back, so yeah, very good stop from there, but a lot of carnage, which is not what you want to see, but sort of expected in league racing nowadays.
Yeah, we do get the occasional clean start, but mainly there's a few crashes going along. But everyone seems to have settled in now and just getting on with the race, not going for anything silly. And trying to be patient. Oh, as Joel runs very wide out of the wheel, it's turn 9. The fast right-hander. Oh, as he taps the back of Lickle there, actually. Current through the hairpin tight corner. And there's a big train being caused by Dano. So that can get quite interesting.
Dano looks very slow, but AMS looks even slower. Warren Haig looks miles faster, as Ash Best is already 1.4 seconds clear in his trusty McLaren Renault. But yeah, Ferrari power versus Renault power, DRS is not yet active, so you know Warren Haig can't get close enough.
Yeah, he's have to wait another lap. Abby Oden's closing in on Jay with that superior Mercedes power compared to the Honda. As Tom AJ and Lickle go side by side, the Williams and the McLaren, they still keep it side by side as they go up through turn 3. And then there is the chassis dominance of the McLaren. But will Lickle look to go down the inside? He does! Tom AJ just closed the door, but Lickle does squeeze himself through. I'm going to go on board from Joel's point of view. Tom AJ will send it back down the inside of Lickle. They're still side by side. Oh, but Lickle out. Oh! Joel gets squeezed out there by Tom AJ, but Lickle does get the move. Quite a nice overtake.
Yeah, typical from Lickle, very aggressive, but hard, but fair. Tom AJ just had no answer for Lickle blocks. Now Tom AJ under all sorts of pressure from Giuliano
Grumpy
in the Toro. So it's Mr. Grumpy in the Red Bulls looking to make a move with DRS.
Oh, Joel! Oh, he's in Tom AJ, Tom AJ's round! There's damage for someone, and I don't know who it was. As Frome's now been hit off, he's got wing damage.
What a mess. The midfield is a mess. So kicking off in PSGL as usual. I'm losing track of what's going on to us in this midfield.
Yeah, I don't think Joel actually got damaged, but he broke probably about 100 metres too late and spun Tom AJ around, so yeah, not the best from him.
Is it, but Warren Haig's 0.2 of a second behind AMS, but yeah, AMS maintained the position.
Or is Jay on Dano?
Tom AJ!
Oh, what's happened?
Tom AJ in front.
Oh, he's off.
And Joel. Oh, sorry. It's all kicking off.
Oh, in Tom AJ's side, yep. Oh, Aaron and Freddie Wilson. As they go side by side, Tom AJ's car. Ooh. Bit of a dangerous DNF from Tom AJ there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what I'm seeing so far, so it's just been a flipping mess.
The front, the top, oof, top 5 have been clean. Let's say that.
Yeah, it's not been too bad, but I mean, as Warren Hague is right behind AMS. Again, AMS goes defensive. Ashpress probably struggling with his tires already, knowing how Ashpress drives in this game. Has Abiodun. Oh,
what's happened here?
Sorry. Abiodun and Dano looking to duel it out for P5.
Yeah, someone did pick up a time penalty. It was Julian Emmanuel, just double checked on the stream, so not good for him as Abiodun. Oh, I thought he was going to send it down the side of the chicane. Oh, that sacrifices his exit. Oh, as he goes on the curve for the final corner. Ooh. Oh, he loses the back end and now Lickle, also Mr. Grumpy. Watch out for Grumpy. Oh, Lickle covers off. He's through the middle. He's going to let the Williams duel it out. Oh, slight contact between Lickle and Abiodun, but wow, that was quite daring from Grumpy there, but he did back off in the end.
Yeah, some drivers won't back off. Like Ollie Flavel in F2 did not back off in Brazil and got a 4 race ban as a subsequent. So Mr. Grumpy using his experience there, he knew when to back off, and yeah, it was the right thing to do.
Yeah, we'll have a look at Abiodun again here around the outside, maybe. Oh, Abiodun breaks late, and Mr. Grumpy with the experience switchback as they come up to turns number 6 and 7, I believe. Oh, and Abiodun pushed onto the gravel. Hard but fair, I would say.
Yeah, I'm not sure he was pushed. He sort of went there himself, to be honest. A bit naive trying to keep it when Grumpy had the high ground. So yeah, good move there from Grumpy. You know, he's in a Red Bull, and he's just picking these drivers off very comfortably so far.
Oh, Grumpy makes an error, but Lickle's on the back of Dano. Oh. That's had a really weird cough then.
Yeah, I heard. Warren Hague still 4 tenths behind. Warren Hague can't get close enough with that tag corner, that Renault engine. But AMS looks like he's going to have to go to defensive on Warren Hague. He does indeed, but Warren Hague not quite close enough to go for a late making move.
Oh, Lickle on Dano. Yeah, he's got the move. Dano, will he straight around the outside? No, so Lickle up into top 5. I said top 5 will be impressive, and he is there now.
Yeah, very impressive there from yeah, Lickle Box who runs one at turn 3 as Dano looks to close in, but Mr. Grumpy looks to
Dano!
So Dano goes for a...
Oh, that was close. He went down the inside, but Lickle had just enough of a gap ahead. Will Dano go for it again? He does! Oh, that's a very, very big dive bomb from Dano there. Now Mr. Grumpy's in the mix of this. Oh, Mr. Grumpy, the experience. Will he try and get both of them up the hill? He's going to get Lickle with the chassis. Oh, Lickle onto the gravel. Yeah, Dano's dive bomb I think was a bit outrageous.
Yeah, it was a little bit too much, but I think Mr. Grumpy's move on Lickle Box was very opportunistic, wonderful. Albus casting his spells, getting the overtakes done. Great stuff so far from Mr. Grumpy in the Red Bull.
Oh, Dano makes an error. He's cut the chicane, and now Mr. Grumpy's able to get it. But Dano, oh, that's very close. Lickle will get a double slipstream here. What can he do? He'll easily pass Dano, I think. But Mr. Grumpy's now in trouble. As what will Lickle do? He's going to squeeze for the middle. No, he's not. Slight contact between them. What's happening with Warren Hague? Warren Hague's off!
Oh, he's off!
He's gone off and lost his wing. I do not know what happened there.
He was battling with AMS, so perhaps it was a collision with KRRR, but we'll find out afterwards. But disaster for Warren Hague. But Mr. Grumpy up to P4, he's flying through his Mr. Grumpy with the 2 wheels as one. But yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, I missed it. But he was very close with the AMS.
Yeah, he'll probably explain in the chat if he does retire. Oh, but Grumpy picks up a penalty, which won't help him. Anything else happening? Not really for now. Freddie Wilson on Aaron. Freddie Wilson's closing in, but nothing too much there.
But yeah, so far so good for Ashbest. 1.8 seconds clear, but it's all about the tyres for Ashbest. You know, his speed is usually reasonable, but it's all about the tyres for him. But no. He just needs to keep his cool and just drive smoothly, but the battle looks to be between Mr. Grumpy, Abiodun and Lickle blocks the 4th, 5th and 6th.
Abby's made an error, he's on the gravel at the final corner, but I think Dano's just a little bit too far back to go for it. Here is a Warren Haig just pit for his wing change, but yeah, nothing happens between Lickle and Grumpy.
And Aaron uses DRS to overtake Bugatti. Quite an easy move there. You don't need to see it, but yeah, easy move there for Aaron. You know, his pace has been quite poor so far, I have to say, but I don't know if he got a little bit of damage because there was a lot of contact in that midfield area. But yeah, you know, Aaron up to P10 in the Haas. You know, he'll be wanting a bit more, I think.
Yeah, as you said, he's a lot better in the race, and he's already up into the points. And I think he'll get a few more positions as Freddie Wilson and Bugatti go toe to toe, and Freddie Wilson gets the move. Oh, and I see why now. Bugatti actually has damage. But he's missing a lot of his right hand side of his wing.
Yeah, I can't remember what happened to him, but yeah, a big shame for Bugatti. Obviously, well down the field. You know, he's got the pace and the talent, but too many incidents and doesn't tend to maximise, you know, what he's got in his locker. So yeah, a bit of a shame for Bugatti, but you know, there's many races to come hopefully for him if there's a few dropouts and so on.
Yeah. Still this three-way battle. Abiodun's closing in on his, well, not his teammate, but person in the same car as him, Lickle. And Lickle's losing time to Grumpy massively. Grumpy got away by a second that lap, so I think Abiodun, probably by the start of next lap, will be potentially going for a move on Lickle.
Yeah, indeed. Obviously, Mr. Grumpy was out of position. You know, he would have been right over there with Warren Haig had the collision in qualifying not happened. So yeah, Mr. Grumpy certainly be looking to challenge for the podium place, but of course he does have a time penalty already, so well, he'll certainly be on to watch because he is catching Jay very quickly.
Yeah, Frome's now caught onto the back of this, or onto Dano now. Dano's losing out to both the Williams. Anything else happening? Hulkenberger should be able to pass Bugatti, even though Hulk has actually got damage himself. There's Warren Haig and the Bomb are going side by side, two F5 drivers. But Warren Haig gets the move fairly comfortably. Yeah, this race is starting to get onto a dull side already, something lap 10.
Yeah, to be fair, like Russia, it's quite a dull track, to be perfectly honest. But it is what it is. I think Dano is right behind Dano for P7.
Yeah, it should be an easy move, but Dano does defend the inside. But yeah, Frome with the DRS doesn't even need slipstream. Frome went down the inside and got the move fairly comfortably. I'm going to go with Hulk.
Yeah, job done for flying Frome there. What's Hulk up to on Bugatti? Yeah, easy move.
Yeah.
Obviously Bugatti with the damage.
Hulk has got damage himself, but Hulk is in a Renault compared to Bugatti in a Sauber, so quite a big difference there. Warren Haig sets the fastest lap, showing he has got the pace, but whatever happened to him has obviously set him back a little bit, or not a little bit, quite far away. Ooh, the bomb down the inside of Sooty. I think that's desync. I think. This seems to be Will banging in heavily as he goes into turn 4. And okay.
Yeah, very peculiar driving there, I have to say, but job done for Tunsi.
Yeah.
AMS pits from P2, so AMS is the first to blink for a set of medium tyres. Finally, a bit of action in pit lane with AMS in the Sauber, pitting for mediums, looking to make an undercut on Ash first onto the podium, tipping AMS the championship. And of course, if I was choosing the cars every week, I think I'd win the championship as well. So AMS pits and gets a new set of medium tyres on.
Whoever's admin of FP has a higher chance of winning the championship.
Yeah, so the AMS has come out behind Erin, so that's going to be very juicy, I think. That could be very interesting.
Also, it'll take AMS a few laps to water and tyres, so Freddie Wilson may get involved.
Yeah, that is what we want to see. We want to see some juicy midfield action. Aaron, you know, he's one of the hardest drivers yet ever going to overtake ever. So hopefully we'll be able to see some juicy...
Oh, him! Oh, he's got damage!
Aaron, very slow. You know, Aaron has been on these tyres 10 laps compared to AMS on a fresh set. AMS obviously faster, much faster than Aaron. He's got the confidence that Aaron doesn't have, and AMS has picked up damage. So disaster for AMS, Leon. Whose fault do you think that was?
AMS goes on the inside of Aaron now. I don't know, to be honest. I was looking at broadcast camera, but I'd say it was probably a racing incident.
Yeah,
more
so
to point anyone.
AMS, obviously, Aaron, Joel, and AMS probably all going to be fighting for the title come the business end of the season. Obviously, with Abby and Alyssa also in the mix. So Aaron stays as AMS was a bit of oversteer. As there's a bit of action going on in the front with Williams's and Flying Throne very close for third, fourth, and fifth. Leon.
Yeah, Throne's actually done very well. I don't know where he started. I think it was outside the top 10. Abby runs wide, same as Liquor. Will Throne go down the inside? No. But yeah, I think one of the Williams will pit. I think Frome will, but Frome I think will pass these two. He looks a lot quicker than these two, and I think he's in a challenge for a podium now since AMS has now got damage.
Yeah, AMS does still look very fast compared to Aaron. Surely he's going to look to make a move on Aaron F1, trying to go round the outside of the 4-time PSGL champion, but AMS cannot get the move done, struggling, intimidated by the Haas driver. Yeah,
Aaron, one of the best defenders in the league, in the whole league, as you've said. I don't think I've ever passed him, so AMS is definitely going to struggle, especially with wing damage, and I think AMS is rather frustrated at this point, but he knows his race is probably slipping away from him. As I thought again, AMS is going to run into the back of Aaron, and I possibly think he might get him down the straight now, though.
Yeah, Aaron is really struggling with these tyres. You know, AMS in pit on lap 10, proving how, you know, rubbish the tyres are. There's more contact at the chicane. Aaron backing off. AMS is going to be getting frustrated, but I think AMS should be able to get the job done down the straight, Leon.
Yeah, I don't know. Aaron is quite far ahead. AMS
as well.
Yeah, Freddie Wilson's got double toe, but AMS. Will Aaron defend it? Oh, he is. AMS is off the track. Watch out for Jay. It's now a four-way battle. Look out for Jay.
Wilson right on the outside. Freddie Wilson and Jay as well. It's going to end in tears, maybe, into this next corner. Aaron defending like a bus, like a London bus, blocking the street. And these three cars just cannot get past.
Oh! Aaron's been sandwiched by Freddie Wilson and AMS. Aaron's off in AMS. Oh, God.
Disaster for AMS as Freddie Wilson and Jay get through. AMS, disaster. He's got damage and he's lost 2-3 positions. So yeah, disaster there for AMS. Just cannot get the move done, and that's what happens when you wait too long. You miss out, you miss the bus, you miss the tube as Jay goes down the inside of Freddie Wilson, but Freddie defends it.
Yeah, Ash just now pit, so we'll see where he comes out. I've got a feeling he'll be quite a few seconds ahead of Freddie. There's quite a few of them do pit now. And where will Ash come out? He will come out in second. But obviously everyone's pit, so.
Yeah, I mean, Ash has driven beautifully so far. No tyre issues, confident, assured. That's why many, he was there as the best driver.
Freddie and Jay again. But yeah, Jay does get the move. Aaron's there also in the background. One thing I've just noticed is if Aaron stays out, a lot of these drivers who have just pit have to try and pass him.
Yeah, but I think that's what Aaron wants. Aaron wants to be in the mix. You know, he wants to be getting a lot of airtime. You know, Aaron's won everything you need to win in PSGL. You know, he doesn't care about winning. And AMS is going to be fuming after this race. His chance of winning, a chance for a podium, ruined by Aaron F1. AMS just has to sling it down the inside, push him off the track, get him out of the way. AMS just has to get his hours out and just get him out the track. That's what you got to do at this point.
Yeah, because Liquid's going to be on the back of him soon. AMS with a very large dive bomb. He's doing a Freddie Wilson style there. Oh, slight contact again as they're both off. Freddie Wilson's off. in the background, and there's Lickle around the outside. Oh, wow. Oh, he's forced off into the gravel by Aaron as well.
It's going to end in tears. It's going to end in tears down the straight as Aaron falls on the apex. It's
down the inside of AMS.
What's all going on? Aaron's got some massive drink.
It's a 5-way battle. Who's going to come out on top? Lickle's going to pull to the outside. Aaron's going to break late, I think. Lickle breaks even later and he passes Aaron. Oh, Frome's now hit Aaron. Aaron is literally the definition of a boss.
Yeah, Lickle had a lot of bravery on the brakes there as Aaron goes defensive on flying from his good friend, his former colleague and admin. And as Aaron defends on Frome as well. So yeah, these guys are going to be fuming. Frustration for Frome and Abiuda. But Lickle has escaped the snake pit, the cesspit, which is Aaron F1 in a minute.
Yeah, one person who is continuing to lose. Oh! Abiuda's got damage! No, it was Frome.
What are they doing?
It was Frome who got damage.
I mean, what is going on? That's what I want to know. What is going on here?
It's Frome, I think, kind of got a bit mad at what's happened there, and he has left the session. And now I think it's just Abiodun or Warren Higgs now in this battle, and AMS and Dano. So another 4-way battle as Abiodun down the inside of Aaron, and Aaron lets him go.
Yeah, Abiodun. Yeah, looks a little bit too quick. Aaron's tyres look finished. Surely he's got a pit. Surely enough is enough for Aaron. But no, he stays out another lap. He's got the tyres. He's got the grip. He's got the ERS as AMS has to pit again. Disaster for Kerr.
Yeah, as Dano now passes Warren Egg down the straight quite comfortably. Who's that? It's Aaron back around the outside of Abby. As Warren Egg does lag out, but yeah, Abion's now got the move. Aaron actually has damage.
Oh, that must be why Aaron was so slow. He's got damage.
Dano now down the inside. I think, yeah, Aaron's just losing positions left, right and centre now. His tyres have completely gone.
Yeah, as AMS puts in the chat, Aaron, WTF, man.
I think this will be a few words after this race.
Yeah, there certainly will be as Goldie on Manu up to P9. So yeah, and all that, we missed all that. Mr. Grumpy stopped, and he's came out in P2 on the freshest set of mediums of them all. So Mr. Grumpy, silent but deadly, up to P2 through the pit stop phase, obviously with AMS, down to P16. Disaster.
Yeah, Jake Tex, or Jay Chetex, however you want to call him, has closed in on Grumpy. Asbesto, having not won in seasons and seasons, is doing quite well. His yellow flag is set to 2. I don't know what that was, but something did happen as Aaron eventually pits. As them softs do look worn.
Yeah, it's been a valiant effort from Aaron, but yeah, the tyres just gave up on him at the end. He had a little bit of damage as well, so yeah, I think his chance of points this race in that Haas just not enough. But he did provide a lot of action for us.
Abiodun's made a very big error, and now Dano's on the back of him. Abiodun's made quite a few errors this race.
Yeah, so Aaron's coming out of the pits, and there's AMS.
Oh no!
So AMS coming down the pit lane, and there is Aaron F1 on a fresh set of medium tyres, cold medium tyres. So perhaps they're going to duel it out for P15 very shortly.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on this. As of now, within a second, Freddie Wilson and Warren. Oh no, Warren Eggs lagged out.
Dano is wrenching that Mercedes. He's got to say, rallying it through that corner sector. Currently in P6 is Dano, so he's doing a good job, but he needs to get past Abiodun. You know, he's in the faster car, but you know, he's wrenching that car in that final sector.
Oh, as Frome and Bugatti, Frome has gone. I just want to keep an eye now on AMS and Aaron, because it's provided a lot of entertainment for the past few laps, and hopefully they do continue. Oh, Dano and Abiodun actually flick to that. Dano passes Abiodun down the straight. And Abiodun makes yet another error and he's kind of off the track, but where's AMS? Closing in on Aaron. As they're about to go for the final corner, he's a lot closer to Aaron. Aaron with a very good exit. I'm just going to feel this isn't going to end very well. How about you, Connor?
I have to agree. I think it could end in tears, but these guys aren't scoring points this evening. Aaron surely might just let him go.
Nope.
He leaves it open, but a bit like a mousetrap, a bit of cheese to bait AMS and just shuts it last minute. So yeah, AMS, in the Sauber, currently down in P16. He's on for a good quarter points, a podium, but disaster.
Yeah, as we can already see, he's quite mad after what he's put in the chat. He's going to get even more frustrated if everyone keeps him behind.
He certainly will be very frustrated, but Ash Best looks to have this win in the bag. He's putting away from Mr. Grumpy pulling away with Jay. So the top three does look quite settled depending on penalties, but Abiodun has been passed by Dano. Dano now under threat from Abiodun, both in the Mercedes power units, so quite evenly matched down the straight.
Yeah, as now Aaron and AMS are actually battling for 14th since Rome has quit, so a little bit more of a, I don't know, a prideful position.
They're battling for pride. No points on offer, but pride.
And currently right now, Aaron has all of it. And AMS is looking to gain a little bit more by overtaking the all-time, I believe, four-time champion.
F1.
One in FP.
And once in F4.
F4. Oh yeah, F4. I thought it was FP for some reason.
This is Aaron's first ever season in the FP League, certainly making a name for himself with a battle for 10th, 11th, and 12th, which was quite close. The bomb, Hulk, and Warren Hayes got off.
Yeah.
Brake failure for Warren Haig, it looked like that. I'm not sure why on, but Warren Haig has had a disaster, to be honest. Connection issues, and I think when your dog's dead, you've got to, when they mean the dog needs put him down, and Warren Haig finally calls it a day. So that's that.
What you just said didn't make sense, but we'll carry on.
No, it doesn't. I didn't say it correctly. But hey.
You can't kill someone that's dead.
If your dog's ill, you just got to put it down, put it out of its misery. And I think that's like Warren Haig, as Freddie Wilson decides to pit from P8 for a set of soft tyres.
As the bomb also pits, so Aaron and AMS will now be battling for 12th, maybe even 11th.
We could be getting to the points playing position soon. Hulkenberg did a very good job to recover a P9. I think he escaped the clutches of Aaron.
Yeah, it will be actually for points, because Sutty's still yet to pit. So these two will actually be battling for points quite soon.
Or a point.
Yeah, a point. Yeah, this race is starting to get slightly on the dull side once again, but it is Spain. Not many overtaking opportunities except for that main straight. So.
Leon, do you think there'll be many overtaking next week?
No.
Agreed. Maybe JP Greenwood could put on a show for us.
He could do. I think whoever goes on pole there might actually win.
That is very true. Obviously, this mark points out both cars running with Ferrari power units, but Aaron is maintaining his errs a lot better than AMS. 90% of the errs. AMS with only 60% of the errs, as opposed to 3 cents behind Sutton.
Yeah, AMS is a lot closer to Aaron than last lap he was until he made a big error. So yeah, he's cost himself again. Now, I just mentioned that gap between Grumpy and Ash has dropped by a second in the past probably 2 or 3 laps. Maybe Ash's tyre wear issues.
Warning. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there'll be any issues on these medium tyres even, but Ash can see up the lap at 21.6 from Grumpy and over 22.2 from Ash Best.
It's now dropped below the 5 second. Oh, slightly dropped out the 5 second mark. I've gone bubble down for the battle for P8. There's a 3-way battle going on between Sutty, Hulkenberger and Bugatti. Bugatti looks to go for a move on Hulkenberger. We go down the inside. Yes, he will. But Hulkenberger, with a very good switch bike, gets the move back instantly. Oh, but he makes another mistake, and Bugatti will now go down the inside. Will he keep it side by side? Ooh, slight contact. But no harm done. We'll keep on board with this as they're going to go down the straight. Sutty on 19 lap on mediums, and yep, he does pit. And Bugatti should easily be able to get Hulk. Hulk does have DRS, but still. Bugatti pulls to the outside, he'll have to brake later. He hasn't been able to, as Hulk keeps it in there, and Hulk's able to get it. It's up the inside for turn 3, and yeah, Bugatti lost it.
Yeah, good.
Now Iran and AMS are actually battling for the point, so a lot more pride is at stake when you're battling for something that's worth.
That is very true, but they will have the bomb and Freddie Wilson perhaps when bomb on super softs. Freddie Wilson on softs. Those super softs won't get to the end, so
yeah.
Wait from them, but a bold call there from the bomb.
Could be a true statement there from Mark, saying that if Bugatti and Hulkenberg keep battling, then maybe Iran and AMS may catch up, but that gap is 8 seconds, so I don't think they'll catch. Or, yeah, I don't think Iran will catch. Now AMS closing on Iran. Has a very good exit this time. He's a lot closer to Iran. Oh, he's clipped the gravel though. Every time he gets close to Iran, he seems to just make a mistake.
Yep, I think he's intimidated by Iran at the minute. Scared.
Iran has won, I believe, 3 more championships. A worthy reason to be scared. But as it stands, Connor, do you think AMS will be able to possibly get back-to-back titles, or is it not looking good for him?
I think so. You know, I think the Sauber's a very strong car around it. You know, he would have easily been on the podium without Iran being in the way. So I think AMS still be one to watch for. Nickelbrox and Abbey certainly could be one to watch as well, but they'll be in the Williams most weeks, so it's going to be very difficult. But I think AMS has to be the favourite.
Yeah, one potential reason AMS could be holding himself back from Iran is that he wants a better car for next week.
That is very true. I don't know if Iran is attending Monaco actually, so we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, it'd be very beneficial for the wheel users.
Yeah, I believe Lick and Abion will still stay in the Williams, but yeah, them two probably won't even be in the top 10 with the chassis in that Williams. Welcome AMK and Mr. P. Mr. P, the F5 Championship leader. As that gap between Grumpy and Ash has dropped by another second.
Yeah, very good so far for Mr. Roberts when he does have a time.
Oh yeah, completely forgot about that. Yeah, the only battle right now is between Bugatti and Hulkenberger, Iran and AMS, and the Bomb and Freddie Wilson.
But yeah, not too many battles, quite a few gaps between, I think, Hulk and Bugatti up the closest, and Iran and AMS, of course. So, not too much going on, but, you know, the race has flown by a lap 25 of 33.
Yeah, I'm still thinking there's going to be a spectacle of something between Iran and AMS. Takes
Hope
one
so, but
mistake.
AMS just can't get that final corner. Iran would always get the back of him again. For the umpteenth time, you know, disaster for AMS there. He's going to be frustrated. I want to ask AMS post several studing inquiries. As Hulk very close to Bugatti, but cannot make a move.
There's now a three-way battle actually between the Bomb, Sutty and Freddie Wilson. The Bomb seems to be struggling on 5-lap-old super softs. Definitely won't be able to make it to the end. Freddie Wilson picks up a time penalty. Is yellow flag?
Is that JP? No.
No. Lickle! Lickle's had an off. He's had an off somewhere and he's dropped to P6 behind Abiodun, so it was somewhere in that final sector.
Disaster for little blocks.
As now he has to try and regain a position on his teammate. AMS is, I think, getting closer and closer to Aaron every lap. He just needs to perfect this final sector and he'll probably pass him down the straight. Oh, he's down the inside at the chicane! As he goes side by side, that's actually a very good move from AMS, but Aaron has got the DRS.
He has indeed. It was forceful from AMS, but Aaron's got his own. He's got everything. He's got the battery as his yellow flags out there, but I think Aaron is going to get the job done. It could end in tears with this chain, but no, Aaron has just got the move done. See you later. Candy off a baby for Aaron there on AMS.
Yeah, Aaron back up into the points position. I don't know about penalties between the pair of them. But yeah. What's happened with Sutty? Oh, it was close to Freddie Wilson. Oh, he's down the side. He's taken a different line. Kind of went along the grass there instead of using the track for turn 4. He's got a run on Freddie. Will he go down the inside? There's a yellow flag in sector 3. That was JP. As he goes across the final chicane. I think he's going to go and retire the car.
It's a disaster from JP. Yeah, he was probably the start of qualifying, but you know, it was a horrendous lap one, I'm afraid. I don't know if it was JP's fault, but it just looked a mess. It's a big, fat mess.
Oh! Racer's spun round. And he's now out. Midfield carnage.
That's been a juicy midfield. But as I think Sutty is going to get the move on here on Freddie Wilson. Down this turn 1.
Yeah, it should be quite easy, but it's not looking like it. Freddie Wilson's going to try and hang it in. Yeah, Sutty isn't able to get the move.
Nicely done from Freddie Wilson there defending, obviously in a car. Perhaps he should be in a Mercedes like Sutty, but unfortunately, as he is a reserve driver, you know, you can't get what you want. But you know, you should be grateful that he's racing.
Yeah, since he's usually meant to be kind of like in a Mercedes, 12th place. If there's a collision between Aaron and AMS, you know, that's points.
Very true. That's phrase. Yeah, still people.
There's in the yellow flag in sector 2. Oh, never mind.
It's Freddie Wilson. So, disaster there for Freddie. You know, it was a shock up. And, you know, that's what happens. I think AMS has little blocks right behind. No, he's not. Sorry. But, you know, Freddie Wilson.
Oh, AMS is a lot closer to Aaron. He's close.
He's not got the airs. Aaron's got 70%. AMS is in fucking 20%. So I think it's going to be difficult for AMS early on.
Yeah, he's still going to try it around the outside. I think he's going to get pushy now. Not many laps to go. Freddie Wilson's now out. But yeah, I think the ERS, I don't call it ERS. ERS is definitely helping Aaron there, as Aaron is able to defend the position once again. As the Williams looking close. Little down the side of Abiodun. Yeah, but Abion's able to defend it. This could turn into a three-way battle for P4.
It could indeed. I think Gallo's done a great job, to be fair to him. You know, he is in a Mercedes, but he's still got to get the job done. And we've seen lots of Haig, JP, Sutty struggle in a good car.
AMS was up there until Aaron occurred, but yeah, I'm going to stick on board with AMS. He seems to. have a lot more pace than Aaron, especially in the final sector. But then, as it comes down to the ERS, AMS hasn't got any of it.
No, he hasn't. But it is for the final point. So I think AMS has got to get to a point where he's just got to just try and go for it, like do or die. Perhaps he's going to wait for the final lap. But AMS fuel thing is flashing, so perhaps he's struggling a little bit for fuel consumption.
Yeah, it's not going too well for him as Grumpy is catching Ash. I think Ash is. He's still going to win, I believe, on track, but fair play to Grumpy for gaining on him quite significantly.
Yeah, I think if Grumpy qualified where he should have, I think he could have won this race, to be honest. But disaster in qualifying. But he has recovered well and used all that experience. Mr. Grumpy, in a Red Bull, it just looks right in F2. He's been in the Red Bull more times than I've had hot dinners. I think Mr. Grumpy in a Red Bull is just good for the league.
Yeah, if Ashbest were to get a penalty, it would make the end of this race rather interesting, I would think. But I don't think that will happen. There's a three-way battle now. Zabion's now within DRS of Danos. I think he's a bit too far back, but I think this battle will get more intense as we get closer to the final lap. AMS seems to be losing time now to Aaron as he makes yet another mistake. Yeah, I don't think AMS has got what it takes to get him anymore. So overall, Connor, what do you think of this race?
Open-ended question. I think we've had some good midfield action. I think the front's been a bit dull, but I think I've really enjoyed Aaron's defence at times. He has struggled for pace, struggled for tyres in the first inning, but I think he's just showed how you defend from a driver whose mile is faster than him. So lots of good midfield action. Perhaps the driving standards could be a tad better, but I think that's just a common theme across most racing leagues nowadays. The young drivers, some older ones obviously are part of the problem, obviously, but it's a different culture in league racing nowadays, and I think we've seen that in the midfield today.
Yeah, I just want to point out, Grumpy's got that gap to less than 1.5 seconds. Like, it is still on for Grumpy. He'd have to push hella. He'd have to pass Ash and then pull out 3 seconds. I really have a feeling Ash is struggling with his tyre temps at this point.
I'm not sure if he is, but perhaps he's just relaxing. Ashbest obviously probably a little bit nervous. He's not been in a winning position for such a long time. And to be fair to Mr. Grumpy, a driver from Mr. Grumpy's calibre in a Red Bull should be faster. I think he was one of the favourites to win this race, so I can't say it's too much of a surprise. Ashbest has probably just been a bit cautious given the trauma he's had at this circuit and in this game.
Yeah, this will be interesting though, because if Grumpy can get past, maybe down the end of the straight, as Ash makes yet another error, then 3 seconds could be gainable.
Yeah, I mean, he is really struggling, Ashbest. Mr. Grumpy isn't, so this could actually be quite juicy, to be honest. But AMS also could be making it quite juicy on the final couple of laps as well, as we head on to the penultimate lap with Ashbest and Mr. Grumpy set to duel out for P1, Leon.
Yeah, Grumpy around the outside. He's going to try it. Ashbest just sits down the middle. Mr. Grumpy around the outside. Ashbest must leave him room. Oh! There's contact and Ashbest is round!
Disgusting from Mr. Grumpy there. I'm not sure what he was doing. I believe Mr. Grumpy should give the place back, but Ashbest was leading the Grand Prix for so long, and there's contact with the most experienced driver on the wheel. I think Mr. Grumpy is to blame, in my opinion, but it will go down to the stewards, and Mr. Grumpy looks set to win this Grand Prix. But opinions in the chat, Leon, and opinions. Who was at fault?
I definitely would have to say Grumpy. Ash did leave him enough room for the Red Bull to fit there, and I think Grumpy just let him back through, which is very sportsmanlike from the experienced driver. But yeah, that collision was definitely Grumpy's fault.
Yeah, and he's done the right thing. He's done the noble thing. I don't think Ash will report him.
AMS.
So.
Oh, he got very close to Aaron.
That's a very close, but great sportsmanship there from Mr. Grumpy. I do believe it was more his fault than Ash Best's fault. Little bit naive from Mr. Grumpy, I did feel, and no harm done to us. Mr. Grumpy will get his podium, and Ash Best will get the win regardless. So
Yeah.
good stuff from Ash Best and Mr. Grumpy there.
Mr. Grumpy's now going to possibly do a fair move down the inside of Ash. Now the thing is, does Ash know that Mr. Grumpy's got a pen or not?
I'm sure he does, because Ash Best's only got one warning. Mr. Grumpy, of course, has a penalty. So, I'd rather win it on track personally, but hey ho.
Yeah, AMS closing in on Aaron. Will AMS go for it? It's for a point. As soon as happened to Hulk. So they actually could be battling for ninth. Oh, AMS has picked up a penalty, never mind.
I think Hulk might be struggling on his tyres. He's done like 20 laps on them, so he is struggling. But yeah, it does look like it's going to be Ash Best.
Yeah, to take the win. Unless he loses 2 seconds in the final sector. Which is unlikely.
Very true. Yeah, but it looks like it's going to be Mr. Grumpy taking the win, Leon. But no, it will be Ash Best.
Yes, for a long time. It's the first time on F1 2018 in PSGL. It'll be his first ever win. But yeah, Mr. Grumpy rounds the final corner to cross the line, P1. But Ash Best, and yes, Ash Best is going to win this race, and Jake Katex will get 3rd place. Dano may get 4th, depending on penalties of the 2 Williams in behind. As he will cross the line, what position will it be? He stays P4, Abiodun P5, Little P6. Joel, championship leader. Only able to cross the line 7th.
A very lonely race with Joel Diamante. But to be fair, the Taurus is a shite car, and there's not really much you can do. JTX did very well, but Jay obviously is a rising star in PSGL as Bugatti rounds the final corner to come home P8.
Yeah. Sutty's the last one left. As Aaron did get that point.
He did indeed. It was a race. It was a great battle, wasn't it, Leon? Juicy action, lots of carnage, great stuff between Aaron and AMS.
Yeah, AMS probably not too impressed, but it was certainly entertaining for us.
Exactly. I look forward to the fallout after the race. Hopefully there's no bans on PSN. And as AMS has already stated, disgrace. It's a disgrace, he says.
Oh, Ash.
So
sorry, Ash did win last season. So.
Yeah. In FP. But yeah, Ash Best, the Lithuanian superstar, back on top, your best mate, as they spray the champagne. Though, well done to Ash Best, taking the win ahead of the Red Bull of Mr. Grumpy and the Taurus of Jay. So well done to the top 3.
Yeah, can you please suggest them so then screen doesn't get blue screened?
Yes, boss.
So I'll just quickly go through it again. Ash Best is your winner. 2nd is Mr. Grumpy. I would say, for me, he's my driver of the day, even though it will be decided on Twitter. He's my driver of the day. 3rd will be Giacotex. 4th Dano, 5th Abiodun, 6th Lickle, 7th Julian Manu, 8th Bugatti, 9th Hulkenberger, 10th Aaron. That is your points finishers. Point finishers. AMS is in 11th, Sutty 12th, Juho Thin 13th, Warren Haig 14th. And that is it for your finishers. Juho Finn was the last finisher, 13, and the non-finishers were Warren Haig, Flying Firm, Freddie Wilson, The Bomb, JP Greenwood, and Tom AJ.
But doesn't speak.
Yeah, it doesn't have a mic, reportedly, so...
So we wait for everyone to join the top 3 and of course, no, the showman.
Sherman Aaron. He's already in here.
So yeah, might as well just get on with that first.
Yeah, it's Mr. Grumpy and Mr. Grumpy is here. Just waiting on Jake to text now. I'll give him maybe 20 seconds.
He's not joining, says.
Okay, so we'll start with. Who should we start with? We'll leave Ash Best till last, since he won. We'll go with Mr. Grumpy. Very impressive drive, to say the least. Would you say you would have won if you started further up the grid?
Yeah, with that pace, probably I would have done, yeah. But I started in the perfect position anyway with fresh tyres. That helped.
Okay, Connor, you got any questions?
Yeah, Mr. Grumpy, obviously, you had a. Let's talk about what happened in qualifying. Can you just briefly say what happened?
Oh.
Yeah, it was a bit of a mess, wasn't it? Well, I messed up my medium run. Forgot what happened actually. Oh,
okay. And just briefly about your racing, you had some great bouts, battling and overtaking F1 drivers. How was it battling like Little and Abudan? Was it scary, or did you relish the challenge?
It's very scary driving behind those in the early laps, but then I'm very happy that I managed to get through unscathed.
Alright.
That took me time.
Alright, lovely stuff. So we'll move on. I think Leon will move on to Aaron. Aaron, are you there?
Yeah.
Aaron, I've got one word for you. Disgrace. AMS has described your driving as a disgrace. Can I get you some reaction to that, please?
Well, people can call it whatever they want, but, I was just fighting for my position, like I did with every driver. I wasn't going to lie down. Given where I was on the circuit, it was going to be difficult to score points, and in the battle I was with Freddie Wilson, it was quite contested. I had yellow wing damage as well at some point, which didn't help my car through the corners, and obviously had a lot of tyre wear, but the strategy worked pretty well because I was getting a high tyre wear on the mediums in practice, so I thought I'd elongate my stint, and it's a hard-earned point, but obviously I would wanted a bit more. But congratulations to Grumpy and everyone else. But I was just fighting my corner. I don't think I did anything wrong. People can dress it up whatever way they like, but at the end of the day, I was fighting for my position with the car I had. With the mechanics I could have driven with, I couldn't have done much more.
Love Leon. Anything to add?
Yeah, I've got one question. When you were the only person to take this off, I think it was 15 laps, did you extend them so you wanted to have a bit more battles with the drivers around you, or did you just think you were just going to keep going on the softs?
Well, as I'm sure Big C remembers, the strategy worked well elongating the opening stint at Russia, so I used a few shades of that, and obviously if you're in a battle, then you've got to embrace it. At the end of the day, I race in FP's the only league I race in, so I'm just here to have a battle.
Alright, well thank you Aaron for clarifying, and it's Richard. Are you there, Richard?
Yes.
Go on, Leon.
Friend, let's just say, how was your race?
I mean, getting in place in the McLaren, really, I didn't expect I would go, but just like a couple hours before, I was doing some laps around TT, and it felt amazing. So I knew I was going to overheat the tires, at least the softs in Spain. So I just mucked about with the setup to work out how to not lose completely on the straight line, but also not to overheat the tires. So I ended up running 9 ballast, hence why I was running a bit carefully, because I haven't done this on this track. So yeah, I was just riding smoothly, but it really helped in quali, got me P1. Really happy with that lap, definitely some time to gain, but yeah, overall a great race. Really, at the end, contact with Grumpy, but really respect him for letting me through. I was aggressive. I shut the door on him, but yeah. Just thanks for that, man. I guess that's all I can say, really.
No problem. I couldn't win after making contact like that, so that's why I let you through.
Yeah, but it's been too long without a win. Last time it was FP France or something like that. So yeah, it feels great to be on the top step of the podium again, and hopefully that repeats more.
Lovely stuff. I
you
think
got any
that's
questions?
done
Or
and
not?
dusted for interviews, Leon. I'm done.
Yeah, that'll be it since Jay isn't joining. FP will be with myself and Connor again for next week in Monaco. Will be more exciting, definitely, than Spain. So yeah, for PSGL action, you'll see me, or PSGL commentary, you'll see me on Sunday for PSGL 5. But F7 is next on Thursday on Jack Tyler's channel when he gets unbanned. So for PSGL, we'll see you Thursday.